Well, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Adventure Outpost. In today's adventure, we are diving into another collection video. This time, we're rolling into the bees. As you can see, we got fucking rows sticking out already. We are going to dive right into it because we have got a shitload of bee movies. So, let's just dive right in, right? Let's just grab stacks. Oh, there's all one there. Be careful. But all right, let's just dive right in. What do we got here? We got good stuff. We got Babel. Babel is a great fucking movie. That is Alejandro Inarritu. Probably definitely said that last name wrong. But you got Brad Pitt, Cate Blanchett, love of my life. This is a really good movie about interconnecting stories from around the world and how it affects multiple people, and it's a very over-encompassing story. It's really good. You should definitely check it out. Baby Mama, pretty terrible. It's a dumb little comedy. We got Bachelor Party. Tom Hanks before he became Tom Hanks. This is another dumb little comedy. It's got Tom Hanks, so can't go wrong there. We got Back to School. We're just running with dumb comedies right now. This one cracks me up though. This is like, I think people actually say it's a legitimately good movie. I don't know if I'd go that far. It's still a pretty dumb comedy, but I do enjoy it. We have The Backup Plan with Jennifer Lopez. This is a terrible romantic comedy. Was not a fan. We got Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2. I like both of these movies. This one is a bit on the long side. Can definitely have shaved off like 20 to 30 minutes. But they're entertaining movies. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence definitely make them worth watching, even if they do have Michael Bay behind the helm. We've got Bad Company, Anthony Hopkins, Chris Rock. This is a really terrible action movie. We're going to continue The Bad Party. We got Bad Girls. There's a Western. You got Madeline Stowe, Andy McDowell, Drew Barrymore. I have yet to see this yet, but I definitely want to watch it because I love Westerns, and that looks like a pretty entertaining one. We got Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. This is a really trippy, weird fucking movie. I mean, it's exactly what you would expect Nicolas Cage to do, but it was fucking weird. I'd probably never watch it again. We've got the original Bad News Bears and the remake Bad News Bears. The original, insanely funny. Remake, not so much. We got Bad Santa. This is a wild fucking movie. It is so raunchy and irreverent. It's such a perfect movie for Billy Bob Thornton. It is wild. I showed it to my girlfriend for the first time when we were doing Christmas movies last year, and she was like, "How can that be a Christmas movie? Christmas movies are supposed to be happy." That one most certainly is not. Bad Teacher. This is a fun comedy. It's dumb, but I actually like this a lot. The scene where her and Justin Timberlake are like dry humping is like one of the funniest scenes to me. That movie gets me. We got Bad Words. Jason Bateman directed actually about him as an adult scamming his way into spelling bees. It's pretty dumb, but it has its moments that are actually pretty funny. And Jason Bateman's pretty great in it too. We got Balls of Fury. This is another really dumb comedy. I saw this when I was in high school, and it cracked me up because high school TJ would laugh at anything. Adult TJ will still laugh at anything, but he at least recognizes that that's a terrible movie. And then we got Bambi. Disney classic, how can you go wrong? Fucking heartbreaking beginning, but such is the par for most Disney movies. On to the next one. We've got Bandits, Bruce Willis, Billy Bob Thornton, my girl Cate Blanchett. This is a movie about, you guessed it, bandits. I saw it when I was younger. I could not tell you dick about it. I remember enjoying it though, so that's something. We got Barton Fink, a Coen Brothers movie. It was a weird movie. This one didn't really hit the mark for me as far as their movies go. It was a kind of little too out there for my tastes, but definitely still very well made. John Goodman and John Turturro are really good in it. Basketball. This movie hits all my sweet spots, man. I love Trey Parker and Matt Stone, two of the funniest guys on the planet. It's directed by David Zucker of Airplane fame, so it has all the slapstick and silly humor you would want from a movie like this. It is just really fucking silly, and I absolutely love it. We got Basic Instinct and Basic Instinct 2. This is probably one of the best erotic thrillers ever made. It is such a good crime thriller movie. I fucking love this. I remember seeing it for the first time probably like a handful of years ago and was like, this movie is saucy. It is so great and so awesome. This movie is trash. We got The Basketball Diaries, Leo, Mark Wahlberg, I think somebody else, maybe. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I don't care to look through the cast. This is a pretty good movie. Leo is really good in it. Mark Wahlberg, too, has his moments. It's just a solid drama. We've got the original Batman, Adam West. This is the silliest fucking movie under the sun. And I love it. It's very campy. A lot of fun though to watch like that old style Batman. It just cracks me up. We got Battle Los Angeles. This is a pretty terrible sci-fi movie. It has its moments. I mean, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it definitely wasn't that great. We got Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Never seen it. I actually haven't seen any of the original Planet of the Apes movies, so I definitely have to fix that and watch those. I'll get around to them at some point. We got Be Cool, the sequel to Get Shorty. I remember seeing this in high school. I actually enjoy this movie. I think this movie is pretty funny. It has a lot of like really solid moments in it. It was back before The Rock became the worst actor to be watching today. That was mean. He's fine. He's just like, at least in this movie, it felt like he was trying to play a character instead of him just being like, I'm The Rock in a movie, and that's it. You're just going to watch me because I've turned myself into a brand. It's like he's not even a person anymore. He's just like a brand. It's just The Rock, the brand. And that's what you get in everything. Is clothing, workout, movies, all that shit. It's just The Rock. So like, it works for him. He's the fucking highest paid actor for like however long. It's definitely working for him. So who the fuck cares what a little lovely man like me thinks? But just leaves a little much to be desired. Be Kind, Rewind. We got Jack Black, Mos Def. I've seen this movie. I couldn't tell you anything else about this movie. I think they like accidentally fuck up all the movies, so they have to like remake them, but they're like really shitty the way they remake them. I think that's the plot. I don't know. Beaches. I like this movie so much more than I thought I was going to. I remember this was back when me and my friend were doing, whenever we get to a movie that neither of us have seen, we have to watch it no matter what it is. And this was one of them. And we took one look at it, Bette Midler, Barbara Hershey, and about a friendship of theirs, and we were like, oh, this is going to be rough. And then we both ended up loving it. Like, we both were, like, crying by the end of the movie. It was like, this movie is really good. It was much better than I was expecting it to be. I was pleasantly surprised with that one. We got the original Beauty and the Beast. This is a fucking classic. What's not to like? It's got so many iconic songs and iconic scenes. Such a great fucking movie. We got Beauty Shop, Queen Latifah. This movie is pretty terrible. Although it does have, if we can see that pretty good, if you can even see, that is Kevin Bacon right there in that really silly haired style. It's not a great movie. Because I Said So, with Diane Keaton and Mandy Moore. This is a terrible movie. Why? Because I said so. I said it. No, it's an alright rom-com. Not the best, not the worst. And then we got Becoming Jane, James McAvoy, Anne Hathaway. This is an alright movie. Not the worst, not the best. Bedazzled, Brendan Fraser, Elizabeth Hurley. This was a solid movie. Brendan Fraser. How can you go wrong with Brendan Fraser? Look at that man. He's adorable. This is a solid movie. I watched it when I was younger. Haven't seen it probably since then, so don't ask me what the plot is. But I remember enjoying it. Bedtime Stories. This is a solid family movie. I remember not wanting to watch this for the longest time because Adam Sandler just sometimes can be all over the place. But the fact that he had nothing to do with writing this movie, or any of his Happy Madison people had anything to do with writing this movie, I think it kind of helped it, saved it a little bit. And it's directed by the guy who did the first Shrek, I want to say, Adam Shankman, I think. So it's solid. It was a solid family-friendly movie. Got B Movie, the weirdest fucking animated movie you've ever seen. Chick falls in love with a bee. It's very weird, but it's hilarious. Jerry Seinfeld, like, what more do you need? Beer League is a dumb fucking comedy from Artie Lang. It has its moments, but it's pretty fucking stupid. Beer Fest from the Broken Lizard guys, famous for Super Troopers. I fucking love this movie. This and Super Troopers are the height of these guys. Like, this movie is so fucking funny. I remember seeing it in high school and just fucking dying laughing, loving the shit out of it. It's just so good. Now we have perhaps one of my favorite trilogies ever put to film. That is Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight. This is such a simple story. It's just Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy getting together every like 7 or 10 years, I think it is, and then just walking and waxing philosophical and falling in love. It is a beautiful fucking movie. This is where they meet and they walk around, I think it's like Rome or Vienna or some shit. This one they're linking back up after like 10 years, and they're rekindling their love. And then this one, which is my favorite one, is they're now living together and married in Greece, and the whole movie is basically just like one big argument that they've been having. It's just phenomenal movies. I hope we get another one whenever the passage of time that they wait to do them reaches it, because I would fucking love another one of those. Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. This was an alright movie. It was a little slow for my taste, but it definitely had some good performances in it, and a solid story. And then we got the Beguiled, Clint, my boy Clint. I actually have yet to watch this movie, so I have to get around to that one. Behind Enemy Lines, Owen Wilson, Gene Hackman. It's a pretty mediocre 2000s thriller. Not the worst, not the best. Something you've seen. Being John Malkovich. This is actually a really, really good movie. Spike Jonze, which it blows my mind that this dude makes these like really searing dramas, but he's also the guy who produces and hangs out with the Jackass guys. Like, I find that such a funny juxtaposition. It's amazing. Like, I think he did like Her also and all this stuff. Like, I love that it's like he goes and makes these serious dramas, and then he's just like, all right, let me go hang out with the Jackass guys. Let's do some Jackass shit. Ben-Hur. One of my favorite movies ever made. This movie is fucking incredible. It's as epic a movie as they come. Benchwarmers. It's a really dumb comedy, but goddamn does it make me laugh. If you've noticed, I'll laugh at anything. I laugh at all comedies. Bend It Like Beckham. It's a solid little sports movie. Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Have yet to get to it. Benny and June. Have yet to see it. Early Johnny Depp performance, though, so definitely looking forward to that one. And then we've got the director's cut of Beowulf. I was not a fan of this movie. Not a fan at all. Oy. Grab more piles for the collection. Another pile for the suitor. Best in Show. I've yet to watch this, but I really want to because I hear it's really funny. We'll get to the first. Oh, no, that's not it yet. We got Better Off Dead, John Cusack movie. This is alright. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I did watch it, though, when I was young, so maybe I was too young to appreciate the movie yet, so I might have to give it a rewatch. Now we got to it. We'll get to the first one later, because I actually have that one in 4K. But we've got Beverly Hills Cop 2 and Beverly Hills Cop 3. I'm not the biggest fan of this series. I liked it a lot when I was younger, but then as I've gotten older and I rewatched them, I realized they're just okay. The first one's definitely still the best one. Second one's alright, and the third one is not great. The third one's the one where they like end in the amusement park. It's just, yeah, very cheesy. Beverly Hills Ninja. This movie cracks me up. Freaking Chris Farley, man. I can watch Chris Farley in anything. We got Bewitched. It's a solid little comedy remake of the classic TV show. It has its moments. I watched it hungover one day in theaters in 2005. Party TJ needed that relaxation. Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams. This is a solid sci-fi movie. I actually enjoyed this one a lot. Sam Neill in it too. It has some very decent thematic elements to it. Big, fucking classic. Who doesn't like Big? Fucking Tom Hanks, man. Next. It's amazing. The Big Bounce. It's a fucking terrible movie. The Big Chill. Classic Lawrence Kasdan movie. I actually enjoyed this movie a lot. I didn't so much the first time I watched it, but I felt like this was another one. I was too young to really appreciate it. But when I watched it as I was older, I grew more of an appreciation for that movie. Big Daddy, one of the best Adam Sandler movies. It's just, he's fucking classic. He wipes his own ass. The Big Easy looks like an erotic thriller. I've yet to watch it, but it's got Dennis Quaid, so I'm definitely going to get around to that at some point. The Big Hit. This movie is fucking garbage. It's so bad. It was easily one of the worst movies I've ever seen. To one of the best movies I've ever seen, The Big Lebowski. This movie's so fucking good. I love this movie. This might be my favorite Coen Brothers movie. It's just so good. Like, everybody in it's so great. Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Steve Buscemi. It's just fucking hilarious. The Big Red One. Have yet to see it. Definitely got to get around to it. It's got a young Mark Hamill in it. We've got The Big Short. This is a really good movie. This is another one that it's funny. Like, same as how Spike Jonze hangs out with the Jackass guys and then goes and does like these really good dramas. You have Adam McKay, who like got famous for Anchorman and Step Brothers and all these like crazy comedies, and then he makes these really good dramatic movies. It's a very wild juxtaposition, but I'm here for it. We got Bogart and Bacall in The Big Sleep. I'll watch fucking anything with Humphrey Bogart, man. He's one of my favorite actors. Those old film noir movies are so fucking good. We got Big Trouble. This is a fun little comedy. Definitely flew in under the radar. I feel like not a lot of people know about this movie, but it has such a stacked cast in it. Like, look at everybody in it. This movie's actually really funny. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. And of course, the classic, baby, Big Trouble in Little China. It's fucking phenomenal. Please don't remake it. I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't need to see The Rock in it. This is all you need. Just give me the 4K. There probably is a 4K in it. I just don't know. But I want it, if there is one. You've got Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. These are classic stoner comedies. A lot of fun with those movies. It is amazing the trajectory of a career that Keanu Reeves has had from where he started to where he's gone. Fucking phenomenal. Dude's a class act. We got Billy Bathgate. It was a little like gangster movie. It's not terrible. It has its moments. It's pretty solid. Nicole Kidman's in it. Bruce Willis, Dustin Hoffman. It has its moments. Wasn't the worst. Wasn't the best. Billy Elliot, classic little movie about a kid who wants to dance, I think, or ballet or something like that. I think it's ballet or dance, whatever it is, he wants to dance. This is a really good movie. We got Billy Jack. This movie is fucking great. I like this movie. I had no idea about this movie, which is in my collection, and this was another one of the movies with me and my friend where we were like, neither of us had seen it, we gotta watch it, and I was so glad that we did. I loved doing that because it was just, you were coming across, for every bad movie you were coming across, you were also finding these really great old classics, and this was one of them. Just phenomenal movie. Billy Madison, another classic Adam Sandler, back when he was firing on all cylinders. This movie is silly as shit. Bradley Whitford in this movie cracks me up. We got Bird, a film directed by Clint Eastwood. I believe that this is about Charlie Parker, the jazz musician. I've yet to see it. I definitely want to check it out because it's Forrest Whitaker as the jazz man, and it's an early one, so it's probably like a really good performance by him too. So definitely gotta check that out. We got Bird on a Wire. This is a classic action comedy. Mel Gibson, Goldie Hawn. This movie is actually a lot of fun. I was very happy when I picked this up and gave it a watch because it was like, I was like, this movie is just a blast. This is a perfect like shut your brain off and just enjoy movie. It's a lot of fun. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Picking up more. We got The Birdcage. This is a classic movie. This movie is silly as shit. And I fucking love it. Robin Williams and freaking what's his name, Nathan Lane are just so great in this movie. It's a movie I never thought. Gene Hackman is perfect for the character that he plays in this movie. It is just one hell of a funny movie. Oop, dropping shit left and right. We got The Birdman of Alcatraz. This is another movie that me and my friend came across. Neither of us had seen it. We had to watch it. And I was so glad that we did because it was a powerful movie. It was really freaking good about this guy in prison who starts feeding these like sparrows in his isolation yard, and it's just this really good freaking movie. I don't even remember exactly what the plot really is about. It's about this guy just like living in prison and like I feel like getting some of his like rights back. In a sense, I don't know if that's exactly right, but it was a really good fucking movie, and now I'm gonna have to rewatch it again because I can't fucking remember anything about the plot. It's hard. Sometimes you just watch so many movies that it's like just to like pull it out of thin air and like remember all the plots is tough. But like, trust me, that's a really good movie. The Bishop's Wife. It's Cary Grant. What more do you want? What more do you need? Cary Grant's all you need. I think this is the 2006 version, or 2005, 2007, one of those ones, of Black Christmas. It's pretty terrible. Not a fan. I never saw the newer remake one, but I can only imagine it probably was more of the same. We've got Black Hawk Down, fucking phenomenal war film from Ridley Scott. This movie is so good. It's got freaking every 2000s actor you could think of in it. It just firing on all cylinders. It's a great movie. This is another movie that I know is stupid. I know it's a bad movie, but I love it all the same, and I can watch it all the time. And that's Black Knight with Martin Lawrence. This movie is so silly. I fucking love it. We got Black Sheep, another great fucking Chris Farley movie. Chris Farley, David Spade were a fucking comedic duo, man. This movie is phenomenal. The slapstick comedy that Chris Farley does in this movie is unreal amazing. And we got Black Snake Moan. This is a really solid like drama movie with Samuel L. Jackson and Christina Ricci. It's just like, look, she looks phenomenally hot on that cover. Like, dear God, this movie is phenomenal. I really liked it. We must pick up the other movies. We've got Black Swan. This is a really dark psychological thriller. Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman, really freaking good in it. We got Blade 2 and Blade Trinity. The first Blade will come later in this video. This one is actually my favorite of the Blade movies. This one I hate. I actually haven't seen any of the Blade movies in a while, so it's probably time to rewatch those, see if Blade 2 is still my favorite. We've got Blade Runner. This movie, the first few times I watched it, I was not a fan when I was younger. I didn't really like it that much. And then I rewatched it right before Blade Runner 2049 came out, and I had a much better appreciation for it because I was older and I enjoyed sci-fi in a much different way than I did as a kid. So that movie really hit the spot for me then. Blades of Glory. This is a really dumb fucking comedy, but it cracks me up. I get that swan out of my face before I break its neck. It's classic. Blazing Saddles, another fucking classic. This is one of the funniest movies ever made. I fucking love it. It cracks me up. The Blind Side, it's a solid little drama movie. A little crazy that she won for that movie, but it was good. It was a good family-friendly movie. The Blood Diamond is a great fucking movie. Definitely gotta watch this again. It's been a minute since I've seen it. Anytime you got Leo and Yaman Hunso, like Yaman Hunso, such an underrated actor. It's a shame that he does not get bigger and larger roles. Like I know he pops up in a lot of movies, but he's always very like, if you can barely even call him a supporting character because he's in like what Guardians for like 5 minutes. He's in A Quiet Place 2 for like 5 minutes. Just like I need more Yaman Hunso in my life. Blood Simple. I think this was like the first Coen Brothers movie. It's solid. It's not terrible. It's not the best, but it definitely showed a lot of the blueprints for what their career would go on to do. So like this was definitely a good first movie from them. And then we have Blood Work by Clint Eastwood. This is a solid little thriller. Not the worst, not the best, but in a career as eclectic as Clint Eastwood's, it's not a bad movie to have. We got Blow, really great Johnny Depp movie. I like that. I like Blow a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's a really good like crime cartel movie. Blown Away is a solid action movie about I think it's an arsonist or some dude who loves to just blow shit up. It's fucking really good. Jeff Bridges, Tommy Lee Jones. What can you go wrong with? Blue Crush is a fun little movie about surfing girls and one of them falling in love. Blue Jasmine, haven't seen it. The Blues Brothers, classic movie. Like, who doesn't like the Blues Brothers? Boat Trip, another really dumb fucking comedy, but this movie cracks me up. For Christ's sakes, Lloyd, at least kiss me first. Bobby. This is a neat little movie about the day that Bobby Kennedy is murdered. There's a crazy cast in it. It's written and directed by Emilio Estevez, too. So it was a decent movie. I enjoyed that a lot, actually. Body Heat. This is another great erotic thriller in the vein of Basic Instinct. William Hurt, Kathleen Turner, really freaking good. Written and directed by Lawrence Kasdan, who wrote Raiders of the Lost Ark. So you already know I'm hot on board. Oy. We got Body of Evidence. This is another erotic thriller. I actually had yet to watch this one, but I definitely want to get around to it. It's got a fucking great cast in it. Gotta knock that one out soon. We got Body of Lies, Leonardo, Russell Crowe, Ridley Scott. Like, what more do you need? This movie was alright. Definitely not as good as I felt like it could have been given the cast and the director, but it was decent, middle of the line for me. The Bodyguard. I fucking love this movie, man. Kevin Costner, he's fucking one of the greatest actors alive. And the fact that he pulls a great performance out of Whitney Houston in this movie is great. It's phenomenal. Boiler Room. It's a really dumb 2000s crime thriller. You got Vin Diesel, Giovanni Ribisi. It's not great. Boiling Point is an action Wesley Snipes movie. This movie is actually super fucking entertaining. Not the best around, especially from his movies, Wesley Snipes, but it's definitely one of the better ones. Bolt is an adorable little Disney movie. This is a lot of fun about a dog who is a movie dog on movie sets and thinks he's actually the amazing, talented character that he actually plays. So when he gets thrown out into the world and has to deal with that, there's a lot of fun to be mined from that. The Bone Collector. This is a dark fucking thriller movie, detective story. I love detective stories, so this movie is my jam. Please, pick up more movies. We got Bonnie and Clyde. It's fucking classic. Warren Beatty, Faye Dunaway. It's a classic movie. The Boogie Man. It's a fucking terrible horror movie. I remember getting kicked out of it in high school because me and all my friends were making way too much of a ruckus. We've got Boogie Nights. This is a fucking fantastic. My favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie is this one. It's just so great. The cast of characters. It's just such a fucking great movie. The Book of Eli is a pretty solid sci-fi post-apocalyptic movie. I actually liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. Based on the trailer, I thought it was going to be garbage, but it actually turned out to be pretty dope. The Book Thief, always wanted to watch it, never got a chance to in theaters, and I still haven't now that I own it. We've got the Boondock Saints. This is alright. I'm not as enamored with this as most people are. There are some people who like their entire personality as the Boondock Saints. I think it's just alright. We got Borat, my wife. This is a really fucking funny movie. I want them to release the second one on physical media because I'd like to own both of them for fuck's sake. But for right now, we just got the first one. Born on the 4th of July. Freaking phenomenal Oliver Stone movie. Probably one of Tom Cruise's best performances. Like, he just acts the shit out of this movie. I fucking love it. Bottle Shock. Never seen it. We got The Bounty. This is a solid 80s movie with Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins about a mutiny that happened on a ship back in olden times. I want to say like 17th century, I think it was. It was actually a really decent movie. I think Liam Neeson and Daniel Day-Lewis actually have early roles in it. It was really solid. We got The Bounty Hunter. It's a silly little rom-com with Gerard Butler, but you know, I'm a Gerard Butler fan in this house, so we watched those Gerard Butler movies. What else we got? We got Bowfinger. This is a really funny comedy about them conning an actor into making a movie without him knowing. This movie is really fucking funny. Bowling for Columbine. It's all right. I've never been the biggest Michael Moore fan, but it's okay. The Boxer. This is a really fucking good movie. Anytime Daniel Day-Lewis puts out a performance, you know it's going to be fucking great. I really enjoyed this movie. We actually watched this in film school, and I was fucking fell in love with it. The Boys from Brazil. Haven't seen it. Really want to. Definitely got to get around to this one soon. Boys in the Hood. Fucking great movie. This is freaking just a fantastic movie. I just seen it recently too for the first time. I think it was during like peak quarantine when I finally watched it for the first time. I was just fucking floored by how good that movie was. The Brave One, Jodie Foster. Never seen it. I'm not getting around to it. The Breakup, Vince Vaughn, Jennifer Aniston. It's all right. It's a solid little rom-com. Not the worst, not the best. We got Breakdown with Kurt Russell. This is a really solid action thriller. I like this movie a lot. I love Kurt Russell, so I'm always down for a Kurt Russell vehicle, and this movie is a really good action for it. Oy. We've got Breaker Morant. Never seen it. We'll get there. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Most people will be surprised to learn. I've never seen it. The Breakfast Club. It's all right. I'm not the biggest fan of this movie as like people make it out to be. I think it's okay. I've only ever watched it like a handful of times. I don't really feel the need to like constantly return to it, but it's okay. Breakheart Pass. This is a Charles Bronson movie. It's pretty solid. I like this movie. Definitely one of his lesser ones, but still a lot of fun to be mined from it. Really, I still enjoy that movie. Breaking Away. Never seen it. Brian's Song. This is a really fucking depressing movie at times. Very depressing. Brick. This is a really good crime thriller. A good like film noir movie too. This has put Rian Johnson on the map. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt's also phenomenal in it too. We got Bride Wars. This is a really dumb romantic comedy, but I enjoyed it. Those movies are like just like comfort food. They just go down easy. Bridesmaids. I actually never seen the full movie. Yeah, I'll get back to it. The Bridge on the River Kwai. I haven't seen it. I want to see it. It looks so fucking good. I'm going to get around to it soon. The Bridges of Madison County. Clint Eastwood, Meryl Streep. Haven't seen it. One of the few Clint Eastwood movies I have in my collection that I have yet to see. Bring It On. It's a classic cheerleading movie. This is a lot of fun. Made from the guy who did the Ant-Man movies, so it's a good start for him. Bringing Down the House is a really dumb comedy, but I enjoy it. Eugene Levy especially, he just cracks me the fuck up. Really. We got Bringing Out the Dead. Haven't seen it. Brokeback Mountain. I wish I could quit you. This movie is actually really fucking good. It is so heartbreaking at times. Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal are absolutely phenomenal in that movie. Broken Arrow, terrible. Fell asleep during it. Just fucking awful. Another Clint Eastwood movie I've yet to see, Bronco Billy. We'll get there. And then Brooklyn's Finest. Also haven't seen it. The last stack of DVDs. We got Brother Bear. This is a fun little Disney movie. I remember seeing it in theaters and enjoying it. I actually haven't seen it since then, so maybe it's a rewatch time. Brothers Grimm, another movie I watched once in theaters, never watched it again. Matt Damon, Heath Ledger. I remember enjoying this movie. Bruce Almighty, classic comedy. This movie is fucking hilarious. It's probably the last really good Jim Carrey comedy performance, but it's just so good. We got Bruno. This movie is so wildly over the top. I fucking love it. Sacha Baron Cohen's a goddamn genius. Buccaneer Girl is a really old fucking movie, it looks like. I've yet to see it. Definitely want to watch it, though. The Bucket List. Never watched it. Bugsy. This is a good movie about Bugsy Malone. Warren Beatty, Annette Bening in it. This movie is actually really fucking good. I think this is like there's like a director's cut. Yeah, extended cut. It was a really solid movie. I liked it a lot. It was a really good gangster movie. Oy. We got Bull Durham. Fucking great Kevin Costner movie. Tim Robbins, Susan Sarandon. This is a great baseball movie, too. I really enjoy it. Bulletproof, Adam Sandler, Damon Wayans. It's a pretty dumb action comedy. Bullet. I actually just watched this movie as part of my A to Z collection, so I'll save my thoughts for that video. The Burbs with Tom Hanks. This is a really solid Tom Hanks performance. Right around the time that he was really starting to flare out with his dramatic roles, but this one, I have a soft spot for this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. I think he should go back and do a comedy again because he had good comedic chops. Burlesque is a very over-the-top movie. My girlfriend made me watch this movie. I didn't hate it. It wasn't terrible. Wasn't the worst. I could watch it again if you put a gun to my head. Burn After Reading. This is a fun Coen Brothers movie. Brad Pitt, especially, is fucking hilarious in it. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Classic fucking Western movie. Paul Newman, Robert Redford, phenomenal in it. Great fucking ending, too. Oy. We got Lee Daniels, The Butler. Have yet to see it. I do want to watch it. It's got a really stellar cast in it. Just never got around to it. The Butterfly Effect. This is a solid sci-fi movie. I don't hate it. I don't think it's particularly amazing, but it definitely has some interesting ideas in it with regards to time travel. So I didn't hate the movie. And then finally we have Bye Bye Birdie. Never seen it. And that does it for our DVD collection. Now we move on to the Blu-rays, 4Ks, Steelbooks, and box sets. So we'll knock our box sets out quickly before we get into the meat of the other stuff. We've got the Batman 4-film collection, 4K. It comes with the original Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. Batman Returns are fucking phenomenal. It's just great Batman movies. Batman Forever and Batman and Robin are not that great. I don't hate them. I actually do enjoy them. I'm probably one of the few people who actually does enjoy them. It's like watching a cartoon, you really have to just imagine it as. And I also grew up on them. I was probably I think 10 years old when Batman and Robin came out, so the shit was my jam, man. Fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger is hilarious. We've got Back to the Future, the 4K Steelbook collection. That actually, when you pull them all out, the front covers all make the DeLorean. Fucking love Back to the Future. What's not to love? All three of those movies are fucking classics. And then, even though only the first one starts with a B, I just threw them all in anyway because it's a collection, and they're all technically Batman anyway. And that's the Dark Knight trilogy, which is Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises. All great fucking movies. Batman Begins, Dark Knight especially. Dark Knight being the absolute highlight out of those. Dark Knight Rises is probably one of my least favorite of that one. Probably one of my least favorite Batman movies too. But they're all fucking Christopher Nolan, man, just knocks it out of the park. So they're all amazing in their own ways. Kicking off our Blu-ray pile is Baby Driver, great Edgar Wright movie. The way he mixes sound in this movie is nothing short of spectacular. Bad Boys for Life. I like this movie. I like it better than the second one, not as much as the first one, but still shows that there's still some to be mined from these boys. I could easily watch another one if they wanted to do another one. Bad Grandpa. It's a fucking silly as shit movie. Johnny Knoxville as Old Man Irving is fucking hilarious. And they really mine a lot out of that concept. Bad Moms. I actually enjoy this movie. It was definitely better than I thought it was going to be. It's got a lot of fun moments in it. I like it. Bad Santa 2. This movie's fucking terrible. Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar. This movie really surprised me. It ended up being really funny, a lot better than I thought it was. When the trailer first came out, I was like, fuck, this is going to be terrible. But then it turned out to be really funny. Andy Mumolo and Kristen Wiig are really funny in it. Yeah, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I did not like this movie when I first saw it in theaters. I watched the Ultimate Edition before the Snyder Cut came out, and I actually liked the Ultimate Edition much better. It's surprising that I enjoyed his 3-hour version and not the shorter one. But you know, it makes more sense in the 3-hour version. Like, you get all the scenes back that really make the theatrical version feel incomplete. So I enjoyed it. We got Battle of the Sexes. Emma Stone, Steve Carell. It's a solid little drama. Not the worst, not the best. We got a big, bold blast and explosive fun in the form of Battleship. This movie is actually better than it has any right being. It is loads of fun. It's a great movie to just turn your brain off and enjoy. I was very surprised by that movie. The remake of Beauty and the Beast, I do not care for it. The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, haven't seen it. Beyond Skyline, haven't seen it. We got The Big Gun Down, fucking incredible. One of my favorite westerns. The music by Ennio Morricone is phenomenal in this movie, and Lee Van Cleef is such a badass in that film. Big Hero 6, great fucking animated movie. Disney really struck gold with this one. Where's my sequel? I want my sequel, Disney. The Big Sick is a solid romantic comedy. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I thought it was. I still thought it was really good. Kumail Nanjiani is great in it. The Big Year, never seen it. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm knocking shit everywhere. We got Bill and Ted Face the Music. Was not a fan. Comedies revisited after 30 years never work. Just ask Dumb and Dumber 2. Just ask Super Troopers 2. It is never a good idea. We got Birdman. This is a very inventive movie. The way that it tricks it to just seem like it's all like one continuous shot. It's really good. Michael Keaton's phenomenal in it. I wasn't like as enamored with it as like other people were, but I still thought the way it was made is very well made. Black Panther. It's a solid Marvel movie. Very middle of the line for me. I understand why people love it so much, but for me it just felt like such cookie cutter Marvel, and the CGI was not great at times. Black Rain. This is a really awesome dark thriller. I freaking love it. Michael Douglas is the fucking man, yo. Black Hat. I was actually super pumped for this movie. I love Chris Hemsworth, and it just turned out to be pretty average. Black Klansman. This movie's fucking phenomenal. Put John David Washington on the map. Thank you, Spike Lee, for giving us him. Adam Driver, especially, also is really great in this movie. Fucking Foreplay showing up as David Duke, too, is fucking hilarious. This is a really good freaking movie. Probably one of my favorite Spike Lee movies. Blade Runner 2049. This movie is fucking fantastic. One of the few sequels I enjoy more than the original. This movie is a masterpiece. Blended. This is a really dumb comedy, but it fucking cracks me up. This one gets me. One of the few newer Adam Sandler movies that get the job done for me. Blockers, the movie's fucking hilarious. John Cena, man, he's a fucking godsend. The man can do it all. Blue Thunder is a really cool old school style thriller, freaking with Roy Scheider from Jaws. This was a very solid movie. Bohemian Rhapsody, not a fan. Not it just fucking, it's like such a watered down version of the story that you would actually want. I fucking hate this movie. Ugh, we're getting there. Bombshell. I actually enjoyed this movie a lot. All the leads really great in it. Charlize Theron especially just fucking blends into that role. I fucking can't think of his name. John Lithgow. Fucking love John Lithgow. How could I forget him? He's so great as the guy from Fox News on all that fucking makeup and everything. Everyone in it's just bringing their A game. Bone Tomahawk. This is a really fucked up Western movie. It gets really dark and violent at times, and I loved it. Oy. The Bourne Identity. The Bourne Legacy. The Bourne Supremacy. The Bourne Ultimatum. Got a whole bunch of Bourne movies. I like all the Bourne movies, even the one that Jeremy Renner did, Bourne Legacy. I just hate the fucking shaky cam. Like, love the story, hate the shaky cam. Boyhood, never seen it. Bridge of Spies. There's probably one of the last really good Steven Spielberg movies. Tom Hanks, phenomenal in it. Mark Rylance, phenomenal in it. I really liked this movie a lot when I saw it in theaters. Brimstone, fucking terrible. Picked it up at Best Buy because I saw it. It was a Western. And I was like, all right, blind buy, let's do it. It looks solid. I'm always down for a Western. And then I watched it. Fuck me. Bringing Up Baby. Just got this in the Criterion sale. Have yet to watch it, but I'll be getting to it soon because I fucking got Cary Grant in it. Fucking love Cary Grant. The Broken Hearts Gallery. This is a phenomenal romantic comedy. One of the few romantic comedies that I've seen that I'll actually admit is like actually a good movie and not just like, yeah, it's a rom-com. Like, you enjoy it and then you forget about it. Like, I actually really like this movie. Brooklyn. It's a really solid drama. Saoirse Ronan. Then Domhnall Gleeson, his son, is in it. It's a really solid movie. I liked it. Brothers. Have yet to see it. Definitely want to get around to it. It's got a great cast. Bumblebee. Probably the best Transformers movie they've put out so far. And again, you got John Cena right there, man. What more do you need? And then finally, piling out the regular Blu-rays is Burnt. I actually really enjoy this movie. It's way better than it has any right being. And I freaking really enjoyed this. I actually now want to watch it again. I haven't watched that movie probably since I saw it in theaters, so now it's like holding it. I'm like, God, let's watch Burnt. And now, last but not least, we will rock our 4Ks. We got Baywatch Extended Cut. Not a fan. Was not a fan of Baywatch. Zac Efron is ripped as shit in it, but that does not help save that movie. We got Beverly Hills Cop. It's a solid movie. I'll talk more about it with my other Beverly Hills Cop movies. I've never been the biggest fan of those movies. Big Fish. I enjoyed this movie a lot. I actually haven't seen it in a minute, so I definitely want to rewatch this one because this was one of my favorite Tim Burton movies. I remember when I saw it. We've got the original Blade. Solid movie. Just solid. Beetlejuice. This is a fucking great movie. This is another phenomenal Tim Burton movie. Michael Keaton, man. Michael Keaton can do it all. Braveheart. Oh, this movie's so fucking good. I love this movie. I remember watching it in high school, and it blew my mind. And I immediately had to go home and watch it on a bigger TV because I was like, that shitty little TV in school just doesn't do it justice. The movie's phenomenal. Brawl in Cell Block 99. Hated that movie. And then we got Brightburn. Brightburn was fine. I think it definitely helped that it was short, so it was easy to swallow. But they definitely could have done it a lot better than they did, I felt like. There were some scenes that were really good the way they were shot, and then there were others that it was just like the script is all over the place. And we got our steelbooks. We got Backdraft, fucking great firefighter movie. Kurt Russell, that is a great fucking cover. This movie just cracks me up because it was just like, we have a father and then his sons, and the sons will grow up. And they're like, all right, so in the beginning we got the father. He's played by Kurt Russell, and he's going to die in the first scene, and that's going to set the stage for the kids as they grow up to also be firemen. And you're like, all right, so then who plays the son who's the fireman again? Get this. It's Kurt Russell. How are people going to differentiate him from the guy in the first scene? You give the dad a mustache. Fucking genius. Give this man $12 million. Get out there, write the fucking movie now. It's great. It's a great fucking movie. I got Batman Begins again in a steelbook because why not? We got Battle Beyond the Stars. This, I actually have never seen it, but it has art direction by James Cameron, so I figured I should pick that up to watch it. We got Birds of Prey, and I'm not saying the rest of the name because it's fucking too much, and it's written in too tiny lettering for me to figure out exactly what it is. This movie's fine. The Birds. Actually, this is one of the few Alfred Hitchcock movies I haven't seen. And then last but not least, to finish us off with the B collection, is the Pixar movie, Brave. It's a solid little movie, definitely towards the bottom end of Pixar's filmography, but they've never really made a bad movie. It's still better than like 90% of other movies. Not really. Yeah, that's a lie. It's a fine movie. And that is my B collection. It was, again, another shitload of movies. You notice I have a lot more DVDs than I do upgraded to Blu-rays and Steelbooks and 4Ks, and that's because I've been collecting for so long that all these new fangled, fun 4Ks and Steelbooks and stuff is a newer luxury. So most of my movies are in the DVD collection, but I'm upgrading as I go, and we'll get there. We'll get more and more. But that'll do it for us now here. Check back for when we drop the C list. There is a shitload of C movies. But for now, I've been TJ, you've been you, and until next time, adventure on.